Remembering why I started this trading journey always keeps me motivated and commitment to the process, to the journey. Let me know in the comments below, why did you decided to take out this journey? Hey there, Tom here from Fibonacci-Traders.com here with the daily market recap. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends. Without any further ado, let's see the charts. SPY on the daily, no indicators, no Fibonacci, only candlestick analysis and trend lines, and once we can identify the proper trend lines, we can identify with high probability what will happen to price. And as we can see, second consecutive day, this white trend line that was resistance all the way up, once again resistance for the bulls. Now let's see, can bulls break up and above, maybe towards this red trend line, or are we going back, retesting this blue trend line and closing this gap over here? Follow price, use levels and trend lines to manage risk. That's it. In the premium room, we had some nice trades, not too many, no need. 3 trades overall, if I can remember properly. We took some SPY long above the 409.90. We took this bounce on NVDA because trend lines are the true support resistance for price action, and NVDA went all the way to 280 by the end of the day. We'll talk about NVDA in a few minutes, but as you can see, we have some nice trades overall. We sit and we wait for the right moment to act. We don't predict. We watch levels, we watch the price action, and with high probability, then we take our risk management and we go in positions. QQQ, inside day, indecision in the market. So if the market cannot decide, we surely cannot decide long or short. Long, 321 to the upside towards 330 with this trend line over here. Short below the 313 towards 303 and maybe back retesting this yellow trend line. IWM, Doji, but closing above the 176. 176, look left, is a very important level of support and resistance throughout 2022 and 2023 so far. Can we get the same price action we got over here? Downtrend December 22, then bounce of the 170, back up. Now, can we get the same price action over here? Downtrend 170, bounce. Let's see continuation towards the red trend line and closing this gap over here at the 181. 80% of all gaps will get filled. Dow Jones, same here. We have these 2 gaps to the downside. 1, 2, and here we have also slight gap, but it's a gap. 80% of these 3 gaps will get filled. It's a matter of time. Sooner the better for the bulls. Looking left, we have this price action over here. Downtrend 325, bounce 336. Downtrend, bounce all the way to 336. Can we get the same price action here, but as a mirror price action over here? Downtrend towards the 325 with a touch on this blue trend line, and then what some will call the right shoulder of an inverted potential head and shoulders. When you understand in-depth candlestick analysis, you can, with high probability, know where price will head next. Always prepare for both sides. Risk management. There you have it. VIX breaking down and under the short-term red trend line, going towards 17 together with this yellow trend line. If VIX is going down, it means that at some point a bounce will come maybe at the 17. Look left. All this area of the 17 and 16 is a very interesting level of support and resistance on the VIX. So if VIX is going down, the more it goes down, the deeper it goes down. If you are long on the SPY, Qs or any other security, manage risk more tight because the bounce is just around the corner. Bitcoin continuing to do nothing, basically. 3 weeks of sideways move below this trend line. How much power left in the bulls? Nobody knows. But if bulls will give up, 26,500 needs to hold. Otherwise, back to this orange trend line and even lower towards this yellow trend line. Ethereum, Bitcoin's baby brother or baby sister, if you want. Basically, sideways move, bouncing between the 1800s and the 1700, moving sideways, small broadening formation inside a massive broadening formation. So if this trend line will fail to hold, most probably 1620, 1520 and the red trend line will be next. XLE coming back to life, and what a move. All because of the oil, OPEC. Now a doji with this gap over here. I would wait. If we are not long yet, I would wait because a doji is an indecision in the market and we have a gap. More than 80% of all gaps will get filled. Natural gas, as we say, and as we said in previous videos, in the past 2 weeks or so, 210 needs to hold, and bulls know it, and they are holding the line, the 210, and now let's see if they can break up and above this downtrend channel towards the 227, 230, closing above it. We can start going long with high probability. The 242 and 264 are next major test for the bulls. Oil, this is the reason why XLE went crazy. No Fibonacci. Trend lines, resistance, support. Trend lines are the true support resistance for price action. Once you identify and once you understand the relationship between trend lines and price action, you will become your own indicator because you have the roadmap to the future. Fibonacci only helps us to identify future support resistance for price action. We can take this over here, and as you can see, 80.81 is a very interesting level of resistance and support. Let's see continuation to the upside, but once again we have a gap over here. If you want to take your trading journey to the next level, check the links in the description below. 2 programs, one-on-one live mentorship or the pre-recorded 6 hours, 49 lessons. Both programs, lifetime access, support, guidance, all Discord channels. And my promise to you, you will become your own indicator. You will have all the tools, technical side, mental side, to properly prepare your trading plan. No BS. Gold, moving sideways, trying to keep this white trend line as support. Now let's see if bulls of gold can take us back up towards this red trend line, and once and for all, since August 2022, break up and above. If they will succeed, 2063 and 2140 are next in line. Tesla basically moving sideways since 2 weeks ago or so, except this candle, Friday's candle. Tesla is moving between the 190 and the 200. Nothing special, but if we look left, zoom out, we can see highs, lower highs all the way today. We have this red trend line that helps us to identify lower highs. So if you are not long on Tesla yet, I would wait, because a pullback is around the corner towards this gap over here. Short, in my opinion, below the 185, 184. Long, only above 210. Several days, at least 2-3 days closing above the 210, and then we can take Fibonacci levels to manage our risk. AAPL, basically holding the market on its shoulder. We have this gap over here. We have another small gap over here, but AAPL is going strong towards this red trend line at the 168, 169 area. This red trend line helps us to identify long-term, since December 2021, lower highs, and if bulls of AAPL will succeed finally to break up and above, in my opinion this time they will not succeed. We will get some kind of a pullback, closing these two gaps, and then another try, which will be the 5th time. Then we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, 167 together with this trend line, next resistance. Then we have 174 all-time highs, and in my opinion breaking above all-time highs, breaking above this red trend line all the way to 197 is free. If you follow me on Twitter, you know we have identified this inverted head and shoulders few weeks ago before it validated, because once we understand in-depth candlestick analysis, we can identify with high probability where price might be headed next. Amazon 103, continuing to do some trouble for Amazon's bulls, because it was the gap since October 2022. So for now, it's resistance. If you're not long yet on Amazon, I would wait, maybe to close this gap over here, maybe a bounce off this red trend line, or breaking above this red trend line. AMD doing nothing since Friday, March 17th. Bulls are trying hard not to give up, but if they will give up, 92 needs to hold, otherwise 86.80 will be the next major support, major test for bulls, because first it's the 618 Fibonacci retracement level, and as we can see it was a very important level of resistance, so it needs to become level of support. Google, same as Apple, very strong sentiment on Google. 100 from resistance became a very major support. Bounce. Now let's see continuation towards the 106, 107, breaking up and above 112 together with the 110 gap over here will be next. NVDA, let's clear the chart because you already know all these trend lines. Let's start analyzing NVDA once again. We have trend lines over here, as you can see, from this doji to this doji to here, and now NVDA struggling with this red trend line area. Let's see if bulls of NVDA have enough power in their hands to break up and above. We have a gap over here at the 210. We are very far from this gap, but more than 80% chance it will get filled. For now, NVIDIA is in an uptrend until proven otherwise. Shopify, inside day, inside doji, but inside the void. 48 needs to break up and above, and then this gap at the 50 will get filled. Netflix, very strong continuation to the upside, ignoring this gap. 340 needs to hold, otherwise this gap will get filled. But for now, Netflix uptrend. We have a double bottom scenario that we identified several videos ago, and if you follow me on Twitter, you saw it on Twitter. If you are not following me on Twitter, this is the time. Check the links in the description below for more free or paid resources. Choose your path. 340, 354 is next resistance for Netflix. Microsoft, slowly grinding up towards this red trend line. 284 is holding. This red trend line will be the next test for bulls, because we can see only by looking left, this red trend line is acting one time after another as a resistance for the higher highs. But Microsoft, until proven otherwise, uptrend. All the big names are in uptrend. Meta, same. As you can see, this red trend line from support now becoming resistance, but resistance on the higher highs, which is pretty good, because Meta for now is in an uptrend until proven otherwise. These two gaps to the downside are getting further and further away, which makes bull's job much more harder each and every day that goes by. So if you are a bull on Meta, manage your risk according to the levels. If you are not long on Meta yet, I would wait a little bit. Some kind of a pullback will happen. We have also this small gap over here, so maybe this small gap over here will get filled and then bounce back up. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, will be much appreciated. Check the links in the description below for more educational resources, free and paid. If you want to take your trading journey to the next level, check Fibonacci-Traders program, 6 hours, 49 lessons. My promise to you, you will become your own indicator by the end of that program. Until the next video, stay safe.